Hey little orcsies, and welcome back to another Dawnless Days siege battle for you here today. And we have a glorious 3v3 here on the Dunland settlement, as it's already getting spicy. It looked like a prince's sergeant there was about to slam into that half-orc axe. But the half-orc axe has simply gone up, burnt this tower, and it's managed to get away in time. So Variag riders coming out to scare off the Gondorian cavalry. But yeah, we have a good old classic good versus evil matchup here. And we do have, obviously, Isengard, as we've seen, and we've got the Eastlings, and they are joined by Dol Guldur, led by Kumul, so that should be exciting to see. We have got multiplayer revamped on, with the mod which basically gives back Dol Guldur's roster, so it's good to see they have like pretty much their entire roster back, plus a few other spicy little bits as well, like the Castellans of Dol Guldur, which are still a Noldor unit. I just like to add that they definitely need to change that up. On the defensive day, we've got Gondor, as we've seen already. We've got the Dalian forces, though they have also got some elves that mix in amongst them. And I think we have, Anduin Vale as the final faction, which would be cool to see them in action. So yeah, a lot of mannish forces here. Kingdoms of Men uniting. Though there are elves and dwarves in this battle. As you can see here, Erebor sword warriors are being used. Are these guys got... Is it just the light, or have they got blue... Have they got blue beards? It's kind of looking pretty blue to me, sir. I don't know how you managed that. You've been to the... evidently been to the barbers and got your beard dyed or something like that. But yeah, and then we have also got the elves as well in the Dalian roster, which is still cool to see, that's for sure. I'm seeing some very interesting defenses forming up here. We've got like a stack upon stack. Look at all these Gondorian and Anduin Vale units here. They got one Grenadier volley off, and then that's a lot of dead men that are going to be there. And there are Grenadiers available here today. They are being left right at the back with the Locurium halberds, but yeah, we do have White Hand Grenadiers here. And of course, also some Org High. So yeah, we've got some Beasts of War. They're going to be sent into battle. Balance power, not looking great for the Forces of Men, but that's probably massively slanted in favor of the Forces of Evil because of those trolls. They often do have that effect. But yeah, 8,900 Orcs and Evil men up against 6,800 men of good. Well, I guess just generally Forces of Good, I should say. Yes, Gondor leading the charge, getting ready with the Ringlow Vale. Interesting, they're going to commit this unit. I was going to say full back, because otherwise you're just going to get outflanked from other positions. They just need to stay here and fight for the watchtower. But I don't really like this. Don't like this at all. He's like, yeah, because as you can see, this spear now is, in theory, could outflank. But he's not going to be able to right now because he's going to get quite busy with some Prince's Sergeants. Interesting, he went in for this charge. I don't think this was a good idea. Charging a clan guard, which got pretty good melee defense. I mean, he wasn't really set up properly, so it's going to take a lot of casualties. If he tries to withdraw now, he's going to lose a lot of, well, potentially a lot of riders. He'll lose some, yeah. Look at that 5 already, and about nearly quite a lot more. And the Ringlow Vale men-at-arms also now falling back, so just odd choices of stuff. And again, he goes in with the sergeants, and again, he'll lose a few more. Yeah, it's just not worth it. What was he doing? What's he doing? Don't charge spears. Whatever you do. That's a rule 101 of cavalry. Don't charge spears. Unless they're like really trashy, like tier 1 ones, and you have really good cav, maybe. Got Mountain Orc Stalkers going into the fight here. Don't know why it looks like they got a shell him. Like a shell on their shield. But yes, if you're enjoying the Middle-earth madness and you want to see more Dawnless Days on the channel, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment showing support. You guys seem to be loving the Lord of the Rings content recently. Yeah, keep up the support. And I've got plenty more glorious replays on the way, that's for sure. Some great replays done recently that need to be covered. Excellent. It's great to see that like multiplayer is making a return after, you know, the multiplayer fever that there was. Everyone just played multiplayer. And there was like at one point just couldn't get a Dawnless Stage replay. Now people are returning to multiplayer, which is great to see. Warriors of Losnark going in, slamming into these Mount Orc traverses. Warriors of Losnark, not really the greatest shock in the world. But they do a job. They do a job. But yeah, Ayrton Footman here, and also the Carrick Wardens waiting. I mean, this is just begging to be blown up by grenadiers or something like that, or archers to be used to try and shoot the pikes. But right now, the archers of Dol Guldur here, the Mocha track, is having a real trouble trying to like set up. They're getting absolutely focused down here by the Gondorian archers. Have they just brought Blackroot Vale? No, Blackroot Vale and a Gondorian, which is probably the right way to go about it. We've got Vale Yeoman here as well. They can bring some pretty cheap but pretty effective bows, if I remember. Can the Adno Vale? I imagine Dale's brought just Yeoman. I'd imagine, just like they're really cheap. Oh no, he's brought Varney Rangers, of course, and the Vari Wanderers as well. I've actually brought very expensive archers. So Dale has probably some of the best bang for buck archers. The really cheap ones have like really good range. And what have we got in here now? We've got Balkoth Raiders going in. So yeah, these things now joining the party. I really do like their newer look with the yellow and red. I do think that's a lot nicer on the eye than the green and blue. The green and blue wasn't awful. I just think it kind of goes more with the theme of these things. You know, really just go for red and yellows. Yeah, they should be, with the support of the Orcs, they should be able to overwhelm these Warriors of Losnark. I mean, most of these other stacks are just kind of like not being a challenge at all. I mean, there's some substantial stacks that they're going to need to bring up pikes like straight away if they've got them, or like grenadiers, like I said, or archers or crossbows, to try and get themselves through these choke points. Because otherwise, they've not really got much of an answer. There are Uruk-hai pikes over here that they could go forward with a sword. They might be able to break through, or I don't know. Archers are really struggling right now. They're actually, yeah, running out of like. Well, they're not running out of archers, but they're certainly losing a lot of archers. Yeah, Locrium archers already on. Veridrum Rangers, I mean, they're not no, they are responding. I thought they weren't because they didn't have the shoot order next, like below their icon, but they are. So they're busy taking fire as well, and they're taking a lot of fire. And this is a huge range battle. I mean, it's costing Gondor some of his Gondorian archers. Yeah, like Anduin Vale and Gondor here together, double teaming very nicely. And also Dale as well. Yeah, they're doing a really good job. I mean, if you can take out all the range units, it's going to really help these stacks that are defending here today. I've got half-orc axe going. I mean, yeah, they're not going to break through this. Pull back, you fools! Over here, another stack. This is probably the weakest stack. Just kind of, I don't know, looking on paper. It's got Citadel Guards in it, Princess Coast Guard. I also think it's the weakest choke point because it's just where it's positioned in theory. I mean, though they have lost a lot of their archers, and actually, if not a lot of their archers, they've lost all of their archers. There's just crossbows left over there. There's some archers actually here from the from Isengard, but yeah, like Eastlings, Dol Guldur lost all their archers. I was gonna say they could have set their archers up over here, and they could have side-shot into that choke point and make it pretty much untenable to defend. Just kind of strategy you should go for. I personally feel like with your archers. But instead, now that they've got no archers, it's going to make that attacking job a lot harder. Yeah, they're going to hold the line for now. Hold the line. Archers here need to be careful they don't get overcommitted. I don't think they need to send more in, but Dale is getting his swords up here ready to go. Dalian Swordsman tier 3 ready to go in. I don't think it's needed though. Interesting enough as well, I mean, we can't see. We're looking from the defender's perspective, so we can't see any hidden units if there are any out here. But there aren't any that have yet been spotted. But the defenders are preparing for any sort of sneaky business. They've got spears and swords guarding most of the usual entry points in. I presume like wargs and stuff like that can guerrilla deploy there. Maybe there'll be like there might be some wargs around there, but also they might just shift stuff around there at any moment. Whether that'll be infantry, unlikely, more likely cav as the game goes on, and they try and stretch the defenders. I mean, by just merely threatening those points, it keeps 3 units back there at the moment. I mean, it should really be 2, but 3 at the moment. But yeah, this is looking good for the defenders. They've lost, call it a 600 men, and they've killed 2,000. That's very good trading. I mean, they've killed a lot of archers, which are making up a lot of those numbers, like the Merca trackers, big boy units. But still, that's very good. And they are still important to kill off.
Enemy units have rallied and returned.
These things going in here, I mean, they're not going to break through. They're going to need... And they might kill off a fair few of these airs of footmen, because they seem to be the only thing... Well, actually, the carrot cordons are in there. We've yet to lose a man, but yes, these airs of footmen was support of the carrot cordons. Should be fine, I would have thought. Over on this side here, yeah, not really a dent being made. Yeah, like less than 10 warriors being killed in this big stack here. Like I said, those grenadiers are going to be so important. They're going to have to use those at some point to try and break through. I mean, there's no arch. There's a couple of archers, actually. There's a few Vale Yeomen. If these guys, this unit here, runs out of, runs its ammo down a little bit more, this is looking pretty opportune to actually try and grenade, because there's not a lot of archers here, and what they have left is not a lot of ammo. It seems like this is where the attackers really want to try and like pressurize their way through. And it's not really worked. Looks like they are falling back, and I'm seeing a sally out going on. Oh no. There's just a retreat. The Grim Storm Riders there. Whether they were looking at that choke point as well, thinking, could we get through this Lake Town Guards and Daleen Sword Stack? But that's not going to happen. That is certainly not going to happen. A little concerning, that is for sure. As with the situation of the attackers here. They're already bringing forward a lot more reserves. Variag, Axeman, Loki, and Maceman coming forward here. Are you going to just try and cycle charge their way through these enemies? But yeah, this is a pretty damn close one, I was told. And looking at how long it lasts as well, suggests it is going to come down to very little left. I'm excited to see who can win this one. Right now, the defender's doing an exemplar job that I'm going to use. Aragorn, the king of men, if he was here to see this sight, he'd be proud. Didn't actually have a look. Who is the Gondor general? Now we're thinking about it. Boromir, I looked at it. Yeah, Boromir with his Oscar veterans. Still no further engagement there. Also, not a bad place to like try and... If you can get up your crossbows, like for Isengard, get them set up here, get side shots. That might encourage the Vale Yeomen to shoot your crossbows, and then you can bring forward the grenadiers and blow up the choke point. It might be a sacrifice that's needed, but it might be worthwhile. You never know. The Middle-earth madness is only just getting started. Excellent to see. What Daily and Warriors is having. A lot of blobbing going on with these defenders. It's my only critique of this defense so far. And they've overcommitted in a lot of areas. But then you can say the same about the attackers. They're blobbing up. They're kind of responding with this blob. You can see here we've got Doggle sitting in blades there to support the Loki Rim and the Variag Axeman in there. So that's 3 units already been thrown into that mess. This checkpoint's holding nicely. very nicely. They're winning most of those combats in there. It's insane. The same over here, actually. They've just fallen back. They're not doing anything. I think they are going to try and Psycho Charge the Balkoths in once again. I mean, they're just getting impaled every time by Princess Ghostguard. And look at that. Brutal. Yeah, they're not achieving a lot here. Not achieving a lot. But they'll persist. Yeah, if you want to send in any of your own replays, have them featured on the channel, have your 15 minutes of fame, do send them into my Discord. The link, as always, is down below in the description, as is the link for Dawnless Days. If you haven't got the mod yet, what are you doing? It is the must-have mod for Attila Total War, really, when it comes to all things Lord of the Rings.
The enemy has discovered our hidden troops.
I don't know what I mean by discover the hidden troops. Oh, just rangers that have come out of cover. And they're shifting those over there. Ah, they're shifting those over there because the pikes are arriving. You can see there in Vale Yeoman. We are seeing support from Uruk-hai. I think we are about to see a bit of sustained push here from Isengard. It looks like he's going to be sitting in his Uruks to get some man flesh. Send them in. Send them in. Like I said, this will be an interesting matchup, and he's sending his archers to the flank here. He's going to try and get side shots really nice. Like I said, that's a smart move. I mean, Anduin Vale and Dale can quite easily counter this at the moment. They have the ammo to do so. I wouldn't be so worried about killing the pike. The pike's not going to do a lot. Just shoot the archer. She's rightfully doing a bit of damage. Oh my gosh, look at that. Those rangers shooting from a mile back. Yeah, they're getting a lot of kills. Those Avari Wanderers still got ammo. Yeah, they pretty much got full ammo. Jeez, that's not good. They're going to be able to use that as well, and then go into shocks. I could see them getting 300 plus kills, that's for sure. That Isengard Archer, by the way, already kind of thrown itself, because, yeah, it's taken way too many losses, as you can see there. And it's now trying to flank even further around, probably just get out of Archer range, to be honest. Just poor micro there from Isengard. I don't really know why he's being poor microing. He's got really not a lot to do. Most of the attacking is coming from the Eastlings and from Dogaldor at the moment. But it's certainly not over, like I said. I sound like I'm writing off the defenders. It's not. They got the Grenadiers. They got the Trolls. They got, like, those two units there alone. They can unlock defenses. They can break through choke points. And as we've been yapping and as we've been watching, the defenders are slowly using ammo. Bit by bit, they're using it up. Admittedly, Dale does have still 2 full ammo Avari Wanderers, which he could just save for the Trolls and for the Grenadiers. There you go, they got rid of that archer unit. There you go. I think there is still maybe one more. I'm not sure. There's certainly a crossbow. There's some rangers that are still alive. But yeah, maybe they got the other Uruk-hai bow. I swear there was 2. A crossbow and a grenadier. Those are their 4 range units, but maybe I'm wrong. All arms coming forward. Solitary and Heilbirds have been sent in to try and combat. They are grinding down these guys there to put Manabe ground down. Also just breaking the shield wall. That's helping to feed some kills. Yeah, the halberds here, they're probably starting to get some kills for the Loki Rim. They need to probably fall back this Aethered Footman, just allow the pikes to kind of get more joy. Yeah, Bale Yeoman are now being thrown in. I was about to call them Yale Veoman or something like that. I was mixing up my my letters. This is not really moved at all, actually. Just it's quite funny just to watch this. There is like the Citadel Guard and the Coast Guards have held so well and earning chevrons as well nicely. But Champions of Doggle Door going in. That might change now. Might start to do some damage here. This is a tier 4 shock infantry. This might put a serious dent in Gondor's line. The alien swords going into assist. They evidently think that might be the case. And we've got half-orc axes in the top of your picture there. They're also trying to get in. The orcs are just so desperate for man flesh today. So desperate. And they're going to fall back. I think they are. This is going to be the story of a lot of choke points. We're going to see a lot of cycle charging going on. As the attackers try and get as many benefits as possible, as many bonuses. What are those archers shooting at? Oh, they are actually just finishing off Ferrigan Raiders. Not a bad idea. I mean, might as well get rid of them. Save as much ammo as you can, though, for things like... Maybe not the pikes, I'm not so worried about them, but like Olog High, and the Grenadiers, the biggies, really. I've kind of sound like a broken record, but they are just going to be the things that are going to end up, you know, making the difference. Pike's fighting away here. This is very sort of like Hellenic style fighting. Two big pike phalanxes battling each other. Archer shooting as well, trying to do some damage to the pikes. They are actually losing quite a bit here. Look at the push forward activation. This crossbow could be pretty huge as well, actually. If it can get set up and get like shooting into a choke point, it could do some serious damage to one of these positions. They've still got reserve Princess Coast Guard. They don't have reserve. Oh no, they have a reserve Lake Town Guard, and the other one was also over there in that choke point, which I doubt is going to get challenged now. Just looking at the commitment of forces. I mean, there's not a lot actually out here. A lot of cav actually being brought here by the attackers. I mean, we saw wargs and storm riders. Quite a bit being brought there. I guess Gondor, you know, it's quite scary. It could sally out. We've got Aethered Nobles from Andrew Vale, Princess Sergeants, and then another Princess Sergeant. So they were evidently umming and ahhing about selling out some stuff, or at least being a pain, and just going charging out, hitting something and running back in. Yeah, whether the attackers will bring in so much cavalry. Again, look at those pike phalanxes. Well, might be having some success now, actually. Princess Coast Guard, who've got another chevron, by the way. They're starting to finally lose decisively, but I bet they got like 300 plus kills, if not more. Don't know what this Balgoth Noble is doing. They're just putting them there and then psycho-charging them in. I'm not really sure. Gale's having to commit more and more swords. But yeah, that pike might actually be having some joy now, finally. The pole arm in the middle is certainly not. Carrick Wardens are... Actually, they're pretty much not in the fight either at this moment, the Carrick Wardens.
The men are broken and running for their lives.
Wars of Losnark, they're battling away here against half-orc axes. both pretty meh shock infantry when it comes to it. Actually, both are losing. Oh, this is an interesting move here. So there has been actually a breakout here. The pike has fallen back there, and they are going to see a bit of an offensive here from the defenders. Maybe they're feeling a bit confident. They have actually got numbers on the side by 500. Maybe, yeah, they feel like they can be aggressive. We've got Greenwood Forest there. They must have thrown their jabbies. They're going in against the Isengard infantry here. Careful, I don't want to be too aggressive. Don't want to get, you know, caught out, slaughtered by the orcs. Yeah, they're actually winning these fights. I mean, the Revarin Rangers, yeah, I mean, they are a ranger unit, so they do have decent melee stats, even for an archer unit. It's a pretty low armor, so if they get hit, they're usually going down. Yeah, they are actually, you know, doing some significant damage here to that Uruk-hai infantry. Got more pikes coming forward, unless that's the same pike unit. It might just be... No, that is a brand spanking new pike unit. I mean, they could if they wanted to, Isengard. I don't know. Maybe they can't. Maybe trainers allow it. They could just flank around, actually encircle these guys and get that over and done with. And then they could push on to the next line. There's no pikes now guarding this. Interesting enough. I mean, that might not last as soon as they even put pressure there. I'm sure the Carrack Wardens will go back in. So I'm not even seeing things like the dwarves being committed yet. These sword warriors here. That's worrying. And we have got another pole arm coming forward here. Late Town Guard. I think it's getting ready to replace this Princess Coast Guard here. They're just so keen to try and just throw everything through these choke points. The blobbing is so real in this siege. Maybe that should be the title of the video.
The enemy have rallied their units.
I mean, if you've got it far enough in the video, you've got to this point, you'll know if that's the case. There has been, like, not that it's a bad thing. It's not like in, like, NTW3 if you watch those sort of videos. And blobbing's actually a rule break because it does, like, all sorts of issues to morale. It doesn't really do anything in Artillery in Rome 2. All, like, as far as I'm aware, all it does is just tires out your own men. Your own men just get a bit tired because they're technically in melee, even though they're at the back of like the queue, back of the blob. But they are technically like getting worn out just slowly, which by the time they then get to the front line, they could be tired, could be very tired. You never know. So as far as I'm aware, that's all it really does. Just a negative, rather than actually a positive like in NTW3, and seen as a cheat. Or an exploit, at least. Maybe not a cheat, but an exploit. But the pole arm being thrown in here. Interesting they're doing that. This Carrack Warden 83 is still looking very strong. And this counteroffensive has ended over here. I mean, the Storm Riders could probably charge, actually. I mean, they might need to fall back a little bit by the Airted Footman and the Yale... Yale, I did it again. Yale Bowman. The just to you know, make sure that the Carrack Wardens hit the cab when they break through. Crossbows are actually now shooting. Interestingly, they're shooting this choke point now. I don't know if it's really worth it. I mean, also like there's just cheap units in the front, or just battered tier 3 units that are taking the hits here. I mean, if they get to that stage, I'd send the crossbows forward in like one of the last stages. Like, if they break through and they get to that last stand position, that's using men. brave Prince's Coast Guard here. They're challenging the entirety of the Rurim. They might have changed name the most. Eastlings, Rurim, Rune. No one seems to be able to pick a name that they want to go with. This guy's going absolutely ham. Look at him, he's just pushing in. Prince's Coast Guard in the like bottom left of your screen. Well, he keeps going in that bottom left corner. Oh no, he's dead. R.I.P. R.I.P. Taking out my orcs and evil men. He's now going to get eaten. His corpse will be gobbled up by those orcs as his comrades defend it. They might. Yeah, you wouldn't want to like die at this stage of like the siege, because you'd be like become a mid-match snack. And I think you're just re-energizing the orcs to go again. You also wouldn't want to, you know, like die in a battle against the orcs if you, and lose. Mainly because then you definitely know your body's getting eaten. Violent Guard falling back, taking a lot of losses. I'm not a big fan of this, like, sort of withdrawal units. To be honest, I don't find it very effective. I think I'm not the only one saying that when I've spoken about this. My god, that ranger down to 27 troops. It's got a lot of chevrons as well. We've finally got dwarves in there. The cavalry, the storm riders, they are... I mean, they're just cycle charging. The pikes are back in here. Is it a wise idea? I doubt it, really. I mean, I think they're just trying to do damage to these yeomen and these Erebor sword warriors as much as they can. They're quite happy to take the losses. Yeah, they are going to just charge again. Look at this. I think that's what Anduin Vale's doing as well. Yeah, he does a pike push there. And he catches the storm riders out by doing so. There's a pike push. And then the cav run into the pikes as they charge the archers. It's not a bad little strategy. I mean, it's costing him his archer, but the archer's probably got plenty of kills from his bows. Does not really care. Dale's on breaking point here in the center choke point, but that's fine because Gondor and Anduin Vale are, you know, dealing with it quite nicely. They've got plenty stacked up there.
Weapons and are fleeing.
I feel really arguably all of them should deal with one, like Anduin Vale on that top one, Gondor in the center, and then Dale on the final bottom one. Made the most sense. I mean, obviously, if you've got like multiple of your type of unit left and one of your other teammates doesn't, like a pole arm, for instance, you'd always send them one of those. But I feel like that's just easier for micro. Just, you know, focus on one choke point each. Still waiting for another offensive over here. Still waiting. Don't know what this cav is after. Maybe it's after, you know, trying to avenge their fall, and they're going to sally out. There's a lot of Gondorians here. I don't know if they're going to sally out. Maybe try and charge the cavalry here while he's trying to stop it. Already worth it. I mean, they've actually all their cav here. You see, Evil's bringing more cav over. They're getting ready for a counter. Slowly, these half-orc spears come forward. Slowly, they'll be received by Gondor's infantry. This has just been a really solid defense from the defense. I haven't really got anything to say. Oh, I have now. Trolls have been committed. I was thinking why have those Vari Wanderers been activated, and they have been activated to save this flank here from Olokai. I mean, they've got to try and battle through a Lake Town Guard, a Violent Guard. I bring the other Lake Town Guard over potentially. I don't think they've got enough that they could send through. I would bring that Spiro as well. Like bring the Watchpost Sentry, could replace the Lake Town Guard there. Or send the Watchpost to go over to the Olokai. But this is going to be interesting. Can the Olokai destroy the Lake Town Guards? We'll see. Batter them away, boys. Batter them down. Might not get huge kills here today, Olokai, but they might take an important point. There comes some, I forgot what they are, like Gondor.
The enemy have rallied their units.
Gondor blades, are they? What are they? Champion blades, that's it. Champion blades. We're all still looking okay. Are we going to see more? Oh, we've got Pelican Marines. Yeah, perfect. Gondor's held these in reserve. Brilliant. These are troll killers. They have javelins. They have 2 volleys each. So that's 4 volleys of javelins to throw into those trolls. That will stop the trolls in their track. And the trolls are running. Look at that. Trolls are getting out of there. I don't know if the Pelican Marines are going to get a volley off really in time. Nope, don't think they are. They just need to be patient. Be patient. Yeah, they haven't really got anything back here they can really counter the else that can counter the trolls. Maybe those Greenwood Foresters have been better. Oh, trolls went back in. Why? Trolls are now berserk as well. Or maybe because the archers, when the archers shot their last volley, maybe they went berserk. Oh, this is not good. This might now give the Pelican Marines a chance to get the javies off. Yeah, they're going to activate their javelins. They might just javelin themselves in the back. You need to be careful. Oh, they were definitely just going to fire them there. They threw like some of them and they no. No, bad Pelican Marines. Get out of there. Just Javi, yeah, from the safety of behind your pole arms. I mean, the pole arms are nearly dead though. 52 of them left. Those trolls have done some damage. Yeah, oh, trolls. I mean, they're allowed to pull through. I think there's a lot of control though. So this is AI going for like the out of control look. Yeah. You just need a Javi. Oh, there you go. They go to the Marines. That's insane. AI is smart. Actually went all the way through to the units, going to damage it, and now they run away. No, go back in. I was just praising you, AI. The thing is, they are killing a lot of their own orcs by doing this as well. They are running over orcs every time they go in and out like this silly business. I mean, they'll be killing men as well. They're killing orcs. Oh, they threw a javelin or two. They're waiting for the first troll to drop. If the first one drops, usually can be curtains. This is a pretty spicy choke point here. There's a lot wavering, like dying on both sides. The alien swords just need to go back in. Uphold that. There goes the first Olokai, dead. Don't know if he's been killed by a bow or by a javelin, but that is huge. That could really help out the balance power. She's still looking good for the attackers. They've got 3,200 against 2,900. It's a 300 man advantage. Central choke point still going strong. Pikes here maybe have the... Actually, I don't know if they have an advantage. They're in a 2v1 when it comes to long speared units. Olokai are dropping. Another one's gone already. They're going to just try and overwhelm this Maceman here. There isn't a lot actually set up to replace it. The very Axeman here is next to go, and the Olokai is still running in and out. They're probably doing more damage now to men than they are to Maceman. They have just broken that Maceman. I would just set up the Peligers and just start to just Javi them. That's huge. That's one of the special type units that's gone. Grenadiers over here, they have actually used some ammo. They have in fact used some ammo. Don't know where, but they have. I think it is over here. Oh, it's the Storm Riders. I was thinking, what are the Cav bodies there? But yeah, they're just all Storm Riders. They are shooting the Wine Grenadiers so they come forward. And it should be what all the ammo's now being used on. The Trolls are pretty, well, not redundant, but they're just going to be dealable. I'd say 4 out of 8. The Pelican Marines use all their javelins now. Yeah, these Avari Wanderers, and you just gun down those Grenadiers, just get rid of them. Dwarves finally committed.
The men are broken and running for their lives.
Trolls are sorry, the dwarves falling back. Weirdly enough, don't know why. Seems to be just as it seems pointless to fall back, lose some warriors. And hold this line. They need another polearm here. That's spare Lake Town guards needed over there now. Trolls finally broken. Failed to get through this choke point. It is mostly swords here though now. I mean, a mixture of weak ones. I mean, these Pelican Marines are tier 2. And, you know, as the battle goes on, people are down to usually tier 3s and 4s. Arunu Warlords still to go in. Kamul still to go in. Wine Stormers. So, like, all tier 4s are just listed off there. If you could really pressurize that choke point, give themselves a good chance of breaking through. I mean, you've got your Burning Warriors to go in as well. Foresters, Javelins, or Axes, I should say. Very handy unit. Yeah, every moment that Isengard's not engaging on this choke point here, the clock ticks down. Oh no, there's still one troll up. There's still one troll left. I thought they were all gone. Nope, there's still one guy. He's hanging in there. Shoot him. Take him down. Oh, there he goes. Rip in peace. R.I.P. Boris the troll. This is looking the most promising way through for the attackers now.
The enemy refuses to admit defeat. Their unit has rallied.
Here come the Stormers. Like I said, tier 4s are going to be going in here, and this is looking better. Oh, there is still quite a healthy pole armor. I think this must have shifted over from the center. Must have, unless they brought in a third polearm? Surely not, they bring 3 polearms. That's against the rules. Unless this is the, I don't know. We'll have a look at the end. Oh, look at this! Look at this! An encirclement! I'm not been paying attention at all to what's going on. And look at this. We've got a full cav, like, sort of encirclement going on here. This is risky because that gen... Ayrton Noble Gen could get killed. Warg's a pretty good counter to a cav. Yeah, -7 morale to do there. And I think they have like anti-cav bonuses as well in their stats. But this is interesting. How will this go? Princess Sergeant, they're going to take on the cav. In they go, battling away.
Our men return to the fight.
We've got spears now coming around. They're presenting Isengard sending spears to try and assist in some of these cav fights. I mean, it seems like he's winning most, and the wargs are losing to the edited nobles. That's probably to be expected, even though it is a anti-cav unit. It's a tier 4 cav. Yeah, this cav is losing in most areas. The edited cav over here actually is doing okay against the wargs, weirdly enough. Though it's a tier 2. Not quite sure why, but it is. Maybe they're immune to wargs, I don't know. They actually just try to withdraw, and that's probably, if anything, done more damage. The nobles are withdrawing. Oh, they're going to get swamped here, yeah, by the Storm Riders, and then, yeah, that's it. GG for the Animal Veil Gen. I don't know if this was a good idea. They should have waited a little longer, I think. Waiting until more infantry was committed. I just don't think that was worthwhile at all. I mean, Animal Veil's still got men left, you got to remember. So yeah, this seems wasteful. There is Kahar. Or Kavar, is it? No, it is Kahar. There you go. That's going to be an edited noble dead. And, I mean, how much has Annenberg left? He's still got those foresters. They're going to break pretty quickly. Pikes and Building Warriors. He doesn't have that Ring of Veil. But that's about it. Boromir is now actually engaged over here. They've made an offensive here. Have Gondor. And they're going against the Berserkers of Isengard. With their big, decrepit-looking swords.
One of our allies have lost their general.
There is the Anduin Vale general. He's long gone now. Boromir is right in the front lines there. He's falling back. He needs to be careful about that. He's losing a lot of good soldiers unnecessarily. And numbers are, still kind of tight. 2,100 against 1,700. The trolls dying has not actually really made much of a difference to 2 pounds power just yet. Interestingly enough. Don't know why it's not. Ooh. Kamul's losing in here. Why? Avari Wanderers, maybe? And the pole arms, potentially, I guess. Kamul's a pretty hardy general, though, so him to be, losing decisively while, in a stack of stuff is kind of surprising. I also wonder if he's losing. He was losing because he started to withdraw his bodyguard. Down to half strength. Gonna need to send him back in. That's why Stormers are losing now. And the Pikes here, the Carrickwood. I think these guys have been at the start of the game. Generally, I think they have been. They have, annihilated some Building Warriors in there. Those big, angry men with their big axes and shields. Yeah, I mean, they're kind of reduced now to just sending in shock of the attackers to try and break through. I mean, there is a little bit of a Pike influence left here. Avari Wanderers going in, and yeah, I mean, they've got some pretty solid shock of their own, which have the defenders still, which they can use to great effect. Got a Rivarian Region Gen shifting over Dale. He's going to be able to support that with infantry if the cav even dares to go in there. Kind of being zipped around, looking for entry points. Still, the cav over here is kind of forcing these guys to stay in that choke point. Hence, maybe why they went for that cav charge. I mean, I don't know. It's still really odd. So maybe we would have waited, like I said, waited maybe till now to go for it, if you were to go for it. Because it's just, not a lot at all that can support any sort of cav fight. There's, a couple of, isolated spears. I also just think maybe just, they got them round and then just went, we're going straight in. They just kind of rushed it. Be patient. Polearms are dying here, though. This is maybe the way in. Maybe. There's polearms to die. The units behind are not that great. Got the Greenwood Foresters. And there is a Avari Wanderer shock infantry, which is about to get sent back in. There it goes. perfect timing because that Coast Guard is just broken. So the Avari Wanderers need to stay in there.
Enemy units have returned to the battle.
And the Foresters go in. And what broke there? Oh, some sharks broken. Did Kamal's properly fallen back. He's not going back in. There you go. They're going to leave the pole arm in that choke point. They're going to bring over the Daring Sword. Probably the wisest move they can do. I'd also maybe bring over like the Watchpost sentries. I don't think they're worth keeping there. Like the Cav. If they're going to flank around, they're going to go for this choke point. They're not going to go all the way around. And if they do, I think you can deal with it quite easily with the Ravanian regions. This is not a bad idea here, though. Kahar is now cycle charging, and he's cycle charging into an area where there is no pikes or spears. And like I said, that Watchpost sentry, more and more important now that could be on the front line. Yeah, everything. They're literally throwing the kitchen sink to try and win this battle now. Kahar is actually losing as he pulls out. No surprise. Crossbows getting sent in. Still got a runic warlord here to be thrown in. Jeez, it is getting close. Look at that. Yeah, Balance Power is now dead even. 1800 against 1200. Silver Chevron on that Carrick Warden. Avari Wanderers are racking up the kills as well. Yearning Warriors, though, they're not going to give in. Even if their gen's gone. They'll keep fighting. They'll keep fighting. I keep thinking all the choke points are actually kind of looking a lot more better for the attackers, but certainly not this one. I think this one's looking real strong. I think they're breaking through there. Where is that Cav going now? Variag Riders. I mean, they want to cycle it in here, really. This is, I think, is the most opportune to try and break through. Kahar is still really strong, actually. Goons the Delian Swords. This is a great charge. They might be able to take advantage of that, my Dale. The elves going in there, counter-charging. Chop down these scaled horsemen. Nice. Nice. Kill them all. Kill them all. Better Riders, they are going to go in as well. Yep, this is just going to be the new norm here. They're just going to keep cycle charging. Wise of Dale here to try and keep that Avari Wanderer out of the way of the front line. It's counter-charging every Cav charge, which is great to see. It's probably doing a lot more damage. It's not losing any men as well, because the Cav's always pulling out first. Then he pulls out. Probably get the Archer in the front line soon as well, just for extra meat, so that Avari Wanderer isn't in any danger of having to be doing any of the charging. This is now looking a little... Actually, no, I say it's looking a little concerning. That's a Burning Warrior there. The Avari Wanderer is starting to die, but they are actually just fighting spears, which are half-orc spears. They should, like, bat them. But once they've actually won this choke point here, the defenders, they potentially are risking themselves getting cycle charged by Cav as well. So the Pike is still alive there. Maybe not. We'll see. Avari Wanderer with a silver chevron here. That's great to see. Yeah, there goes that Forester. They need to be careful. And Unveil no gen.
Enemy units have been rallied.
The banner of Saruman being held high. Kamal is still yet to be recommitted. He's going to have to go in somewhere. Maybe this choke point here in the middle. Who's the general? Saruman himself. Doing his own dirty work. Is this the same building? No, I think it must be a different one, I would have thought. 82. Yeah, it is. It's very much a different one. The other one's on 69. Yeah, this is looking really good. They're going to win this choke point first, I think. There's just not enough forces of Isengard. We've got Dwarves. Oscalia Veterans, Björnings on there. Boromir leading from the front. I can actually see, yeah, look, I mean, you can see Boromir here. Like right in the middle of your picture. And then Saruman's just over here. They're not a million miles from each other. What a weird crossover that's going to be. They end up fighting each other. 4 minutes left on the clock, and it's looking real good right now for the defenders. They are holding strong. There's a lot of units back here just scattered for the attackers. Get them back into the fight at this point. Get them back in. Yeah, it's going to be either this choke point or the Boromir choke point that breaks first. There's a race there, but they actually might get through this one here, might the attackers. This could be concerning. Yeah, Vari Wanderers, they are not doing so great. The polearms are on their way. They've got Cav now blocking this choke point. What? That's not a bad idea either. Wargs are coming forward, though. The spears can shift over, though, and support. But yeah, that polearm can get over. Like, it needs to get over in the next, like, 10 seconds, if that. Probably the next, like, 2 seconds, really. These guys are going to break ASAP. Lay down guards. Get in a position. Oh, it's going to be close. But there goes the Jen. He's getting into a fight there. The Warg's going to win that one. Might win against the Viriax. Well, oh my gosh, that Vari Wanderer. Look at that. Look at that. Holding on 12. Shake it, and it's rallied. It's only got on flipping rallied. And the polearm is in position. Brilliant. And we've got a Black Reveal Archer who can sort of beef that up. That choke point's now doomed. That's huge. That is actually huge. A sword being sent across as well, Ringlow Vale. They are kind of like done on this side. They do not need more men here. Erebor Sword's going to win that fight. I think Boromir is going to... No, he's going to stay in there. He needs to be careful. I would keep throwing in the Bjorning, sure, but maybe not Boromir. Yeah, they go Polearm holding that line. And where are they going to go? Kamul and Kahar could go anywhere they wanted. Cav over here is going to be beaten by Washpo sentries. And they should, I was going to say, they should rather Variag right now. I think I can actually free him up, yeah, and send him somewhere else. Send the Gen out somewhere else. They could flank around, to be honest, just go in for hammer and anvils. Don't know if he's going to be needed. Oh, he is going to be needed. How on earth has this happened? Has he just sent his Cav all the way around? I think he must have. Kind of pulled through all of that. There goes Saruman. He's broken, as is Kahar. And that has actually caused a master out there. That is really unfortunate. I don't know really why that happened. But it did happen. Probably just down to army losses, arguably. Kamul, I'm pretty sure his bodyguard fights... It doesn't fight the last man, but it just has like a really insane morale, if I remember.
The tide of battle.
I'm surprised he isn't just broken anyway. Like, numbers-wise, it is like over 1,000. Oh no, 844 against 59. It's pretty close. But yeah, well, I mean, not close, but, you know... Kamul's bodyguard's foolish enough to think that that's okay. That's okay odds still. Yeah, this charge here should finish off Kamul, I think. And there you go. We're going to see a defender victory. I feel like we don't see a lot of defender victories recently. It's usually the attackers that win. Kamul, I think he actually is going to fight to the last man. Crazy enough, isn't he? What an absolute madman. There you go. Not quite. Oh, no. Actually, yeah. Technically, yeah. He's just going to carry on fighting. That's a draw. Which, in my eyes, that is a defender victory. And they were literally about to win anyway. They just ran out of time. They just needed to kill off Kamul in a couple more seconds. But yeah, this was a really fun battle. And yeah, some really good kills I can already see for some of the defenders here. And some of the attackers, to be fair. But this was sent in by Palpatine, who was playing as Dale. So thank you very much, man, for sending this one in. Well done to him, to Drago, and Dave, who all did a very good job on the defense. And yeah, well done to the King, to Kloppanu, and to Wriggle as well, all doing a pretty good job on the attack as well. We'll have a quick look at some of the Dalian kills first. 132 kills, 205 kills there with the Dalian swords, 178 kills with the Violent Guards. Avari Wanderers didn't do quite as well as I thought they were going to do, but still did excellent. 284 kills, 257. Actually, they were overshadowed by the Ravanian Rangers, sorry, who got 336 kills, 395. We have Dave playing as Anduin Vale here, getting 111 kills with the Airthid Footman. His Greenwood Forest is 180 kills. Actually, these dwarves really did not get a lot of kills. I think this one might have been grenadiered, I think. His Björning's getting 132 kills. His Pike's 548 kills is insane. The Vale Yeoman, 236 kills, 222. And then we have Drago playing as Gondor. Got Boromir with 152 kills there. Warriors of Losnark getting 149 kills, 142. Still Guards, 182 kills. The Polearms, yeah, only did have 2. They just survived for ages. 488, 294. Very, very nice. Archers, 229, 228. And then his Cav really not doing a lot. Then we have King playing as Dogaldor, 104 kills with Kamul. Orc Stalker's getting 113 kills. Actually better than most of his blades and his champion blades, insanely. Glaive's getting 101 kills. Champions of Dogaldor getting 111. Pike's getting 176 kills. Probably should have brought 2 of them, looking back now. And then his Archer's got absolutely nuked. And his Trolls actually did okay, 178 kills in the end. And then Kloppenu playing as the Rurim, 135 kills with Kahar there, 223 213 kills with the Warlords. Yeah, his infantry kind of suck, to be honest, in most places. I mean, also, we're only fighting mannish factions, so that's not a good sign. 141 kills with the Halberds. Stormrider's getting 168 kills. Then we have Wriggle playing as Isengard. 125 kills with the Uruk-hai infantry. Stormer's getting 230 kills. 213 with a Berserker there. 142 kills with a Pike. And his crossbows did really well. 381 kills. And his Grenadiers getting 108 kills. Is not too bad at all. But there you go, guys. That's the days at Dawnless Days Siege. If you did enjoy and want to see more Lord of the Rings action on the channel, do check out the videos appearing on your screen now. There should be some glorious ones there. And I'll see you all in the next Middle-earth Madness. Bye-bye for now.